Hi everyone, it's Jessica here and welcome back to another card making tutorial. Today I have some spring projects to share with you, and since Easter is right around the corner, I thought about this really cute stamp set featuring some really cute critters. Here I am just stamping them with VersaFine Clair ink in black. That one is called Nocturne. And the reason why I chose this ink pad is because we will be doing some watercoloring today. And the VersaFine Clair ink pad is oil based. So basically you can watercolor over them, they won't smear the lines. For today's video, I actually wanted to share the VersaMagic ink pads. Those are actually the dewdrop kinds, and I really love them. It's my first ink pad that I actually own every single color. And I wanted to show that they can not only stamp, but you can actually watercolor with them. You can ink blend with them. You can do multiple different kinds of applications. And the colors are quite unique as well. They have a lot of the more muted tones. They have some really pastel-y colors, which I thought would be a great fit for today's spring projects. But that is kind of the focus for today's video. Okay, jumping back into the watercoloring portion, here I am just laying down some simple layers of colors, nothing too fancy here. A tip when watercoloring is you want to kind of work in sections. So first I worked on his little blue jacket, and then I moved on to his body, and then afterwards when the jacket is kind of more dry, I will go back and layer more colors to add some more definition and some more depth. So I went ahead and colored the little squirrel the same way, and now we are ready to make the backgrounds. So the first card that I'm making here is actually a pretty small card. It's a small square card. I believe it's around like 3.5 inches. And I wanted to use this size because I want to do something really cool with the stamping technique. For this trick, it'll be easier if you have a stamp positioning tool. But basically what I'm doing here is I'm just picking this triangular background stamp, and after I stamped it once, I'm actually going to reverse my card so that I can stamp it twice, and by doing so, it can actually cover the entire background. I stamped with my VersaMark ink pad, and I actually think the background looks pretty interesting just by stamping and no other additional embossing. However, because this is a quite simple card, I wanted to add a little extra something, so I'm going to actually add on clear heat embossing powder. You can see that when the embossing powder melts, it kind of creates this cool effect where it looks like you stamped the card with like a darker ink, but actually you just stamped it with VersaMark and you clear heat embossed it. But I think that was like a pretty interesting way to add some texture and some more layers to your background. Then I added some embellishments. I added some washi tape, some ribbons, and also a sequin trim so that it kind of pulls the entire card together. And finally, for the sentiment, I just wanted to keep it simple, so I'm just using Galaxy Gold Brilliance ink to stamp a For You sentiment, and basically that will complete my card. For my second card, which is totally inspired by Peter Rabbit, I just wanted to do like a very pastel-y, really springy kind of card. So here I'm actually using the embossing a little differently. What I'm doing is I try to heat emboss clear first, and after that I'm going to add on some ink by ink blending. Now VersaMagic is actually a really cool ink. It's like a chalky ink that has both dye and pigment properties, but basically you can ink blend with them beautifully. Here I'm just starting out with the light pink. This one is Pixie Dust. It's a pretty light color, so you will have to kind of just layer it on, and eventually you will get this really soft pink. Then I'll move on to Sea Breeze, which is the blue color, and very lastly Spring Pansy, which is the purple. I kept the rest of the card very simple as well. I added a die cut sentiment. I also stamped it with the same gold ink from before and added a few rhinestones. But that will be both of the spring cards for today. Hopefully you enjoyed them, and I hope that inspired you to use your pigment inks a little differently. You can try watercoloring with them or ink blending with them as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.